Hey guys, so I know this is kind of controversial, to cut or not to cut. Today I'm going to show you how to properly remove your cuticle, and more importantly, how to identify it. So first, let's look at the anatomy of a nail. So the first thing I think we're all pretty much familiar with is the nail plate. This is your actual nail. It's made up of a protein called keratin, which you have quite a few layers of, but just like your skin, it's dead. So the pink and healthy appearance of your nails that you see is actually the nail bed underneath. So if you're lucky to have longer nails, the portion of your nail that's either white or even transparent is the distal free edge. So this is where the nail actually detaches from the nail bed. But believe it or not, your nail does not start or end here. It actually goes quite a few millimeters above your cuticle line. So that skin on your finger is actually a nail fold. And it's covering the root of your nail, where all of the really important stuff like your nail matrix is, which is responsible for your nail growth in the first place. And underneath that fold is the eponychium. Think of this as the band-aid holding your finger to your nail, or better yet, a roll of tape, because the cells are actually sticky and even transparent. So as your nail grows out, it will pull the cells or the tape along with it. And this is what you see as the cuticle. As it grows out, it'll even pull on that proximal nail fold. And you see the skin that's beside my nails? Well, those are also nail folds. So it's likely to assume they are also protecting the sides of the nails. And I think that's going to be pretty much all the information you need for at least this video. So how about we get started? Now I don't want you guys to use my nails as a standard because I don't actually have much of a fold. So my skin just kind of starts where my nail does, but some of you may notice that you literally have what looks like a folded piece of skin on your nail plate. That is not cuticle. So a great way to differentiate is to use a cuticle softener, because as I mentioned before, your cuticle is very sticky because it's meant to be a sealant. So to ensure that we don't break that seal and introduce harmful bacteria into our body, we're just going to push the cuticles back. And we're going to do so very gently by using circular motions with our cuticle pusher. But you could also use your thumbnail. Just remember, you don't want to push straight back. You want to go in small circular motions so that you don't accidentally stab or jab the cuticle and cause damage. Not good. And you guys just saw me use the other end of my cuticle pusher just to lift any dead tissue off of the nail plate that was dissolved by my cuticle softener. But as you guys can see, I do still have a little bit of cuticle left, and normally in this instance I would say you can just cut it. And that's because this skin is already lifted from the nail and essentially is just kind of hanging. But for the sake of safety, I would recommend that you just apply more cuticle softener, and ideally this will dissolve any remaining skin. As a matter of fact, it'll even dissolve the skin around your nail. So if you suffer from a lot of dry skin on your lateral folds, take this opportunity to get rid of it. Now since it's summer, my skin is in pretty good shape, but honestly, it's usually a mess. So what I like to do now is, instead of going to wash my hands, is I will use rubbing alcohol, and this will essentially remove any oils and expose any dry skin that I still have, as you can see, which is right here. So now is about the time that I will bust out my ceramic cuticle pusher. And this is basically going to serve as like a pumice stone for any calluses and dry skin, and you want to use it wet. So I prefer to use rubbing alcohol instead of water, and I let it absorb completely and then use that on my lateral folds or any surrounding area. But if you don't have it, you could also just use a file. This is what I used to do before I discovered the ceramic stone, or you can also use a buffing block. And of course, my absolute recommendation is to always apply cuticle oil. But cuticle oil is not just for your cuticles, it is actually for your entire nail and the surrounding skin. So this is like the most important thing that I do every single time I give myself a manicure, and even when I don't give myself a manicure. So if any of you suffer from weak nails or peeling nails, then you definitely want to do this step. And as a matter of fact, I did do a DIY cuticle oil, so make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video so you get a sneak peek. So in conclusion, yes, you can cut your cuticles, but it really isn't necessary. As you guys can see, I was able to get a really clean manicure. So I hope you guys found this useful. If you did, don't forget to like it, sub, and share the video with someone you think might need it. Bye guys.